It has been more than 70 years since the division of North Korea and South Korea. Before this division, for centuries, North and South Korea were one united country. It had the same culture, the same language, and the rulers of the whole country were of the same community or family. But the freedom of Korea has always been a question mark. At times, China called it its ownership, considered it its territory, and at times, Korea even went into the grip of Japan. This land has also been the home of many proxy wars. In today's video, we will tell you the reason for the division of North and South Korea. We will also tell you how the internal conditions of both countries are after the division. Why are the people there different from each other? North Korea is an island. 3 sides are water and 1 side is dry. The borders of this island meet Japan on one side and China on the other. In 1905, after the war between Russia and Japan, Korea was taken over by Japan. Korea remained under Japan's control for 35 years. But then at the end of World War II, Korea was divided into 2 parts. This division of Korea was actually the result of a Cold War between the 2 superpowers, the Soviet Union and the United States. As you know, Korea was under Japan's control before World War II, but now that Japan had been defeated in World War II. So now the question is, who will take over Korea now? The United States had won the war, so it could claim its right to Korea. But historically, Japan had won Korea over to the Soviet Union in a war, so the Soviet Union wanted to declare it its territory. So in both superpowers, Korea's ground also became part of their Cold War. Neither of them wanted to retreat from Korea, so this tug-of-war resulted in the division of Korea. A historian, Professor Michael Robinson, says that the division of Korea was based on an agreement between the Soviet Union and the United States, while no leader or representative from Korea was involved in this decision. That is, the 2 claimant powers of the superpower divided a living country into 2 parts. And apart from the people there, no leader or representative was also included in this decision. Anyway, something happened that, under this agreement between the United States and the Soviet Union, Korea was divided in August 1945. After this division, one part was the Soviet Union, while the other was under the influence of the United States. Now, after this division, it was time to make a government in these 2 countries. Geographically, if you look at the map, the border between North Korea and China is visible. That's why there were more supporters of communism here. That's why in the next 3 years, the Soviet Army and its supporters formed a communist government in North Korea, while a military government was formed in South Korea, which was under the influence of the United States. This government was directly supported by the United States. Apparently, there were a large number of supporters of the Soviet Union in North Korea, and their communist policies were also widely accepted by the people. But still, a large number of middle-class laborers and farmers preferred to go to South Korea instead of living in North Korea. That's why South Korea still has more population than North Korea. According to the 2019 census, South Korea has more population than North Korea. North Korea has a population of 250 million, while South Korea has a population of 5.2 million. In the 1950s, a civil war broke out on the Korean Peninsula. North Korea and South Korea's people took up arms against each other. The reason behind this fight was that which part represents South Korea. The South Koreans said that they were Koreans, while North Korea wanted to declare itself as South Korea. This civil war lasted for 3 years and killed at least 2.5 million Koreans. During this war, the United States bombed the villages and cities in the northern part. As a result of this war, almost every city was destroyed. A large number of lives and financial losses were also incurred. But no one benefited from this, because when the war ended in 1953, the division of both parts was the same as before the war. But one thing happened as a result of this war. That is, a demilitarized zone was created between the 2 parts. This zone separated the 2 parts of Korea. A parallel line of 38 degrees was drawn between the 2 parts. Since South Korea was under the United States and the U.S. military was also present here, South Korea had better relations with Western countries. South Korea has created a stable economy. And in recent decades, South Korea is moving towards becoming a complete democratic country. On the other hand, North Korea is the opposite of this. North Korea has a separate system of royal families. Since independence, there has been a dictatorship of only one family. North Korea's first supreme leader was Kim Il-sung. He became the supreme leader in 1948 and remained in office until his death in 1994. After his death, his son Kim Jong-un became the supreme leader. And after his death, Kim Jong-un is now the supreme leader of North Korea. After independence, this third generation of the same family is ruling North Korea. So my curious fellows, let me tell you how the two supreme leaders led their people in both countries after the division of North Korea and South Korea. And what is the current situation of both countries? If we talk about the current situation of North and South Korea, they are mostly different from each other. North Korea is a strange country in today's modern world. Even in this modern era of social media in the global world, North Korea is very far from the reach of international media. The strict laws there do not let a single news of the country come out, nor do they let the news of the outside world reach their people. Consider North Korea as a very big jail in which 250 million people have been imprisoned. All decisions are made by the supreme leadership without any public participation. So much so that people in North Korea cannot even get a haircut of their choice. Because people do not have complete freedom, there is no concept of democracy and free thought like foreign ideas. People of North Korea cannot travel to any foreign country without the permission of the dictator. Nor can they go to get education. For this, they have to take special permission from the government, which no one gets except those people whom the government itself wants to send abroad. So much so that no one can come to North Korea freely from abroad. Only those people can come who are allowed to come under the conditions of the dictator government of North Korea. There are many strange laws in North Korea, but the biggest one is that you cannot even take a selfie there. Yes, you heard it right. In North Korea, you can only click the pictures of the scenes that are allowed by the guards there. And another interesting thing is that if you want to take a picture of the supreme leader statues, you have to cover them from head to toe. That is, you will have to take a full-frame picture from head to toe. You cannot crop this picture. And if you do not follow these rules, then the law of imprisonment is present in North Korea. This actually happens. An American has been imprisoned in North Korea for many years for breaking such rules. Friends, there is no internet in North Korea. Books cannot come from abroad. No one can even talk on the phone outside the country. If you are caught on the phone, you can be sentenced to death for treason. In North Korea, military service comes before everything else. North Korea's pride is its army, and an army that only knows how to bomb. The total population of North Korea is only 250 million, but their army is the fourth largest army in the world, with 1.3 million active soldiers. This is 5% of the total population, while more than 600,000 people serve as reserve troops. Until 2016, the number of paramilitary forces in North Korea was less than 600,000, which makes up 25% of the population of North Korea. If you add all this military power, North Korea has 7.7 million soldiers to fight. This is a quarter of its population. If the Korean People's Army, which employs so many people, is called the largest military force in the world, it would not be wrong. The world's most powerful military machine is the United States. But North Korea has more military forces than the United States. But today's world does not matter in size, but skill and technology. If you look at North Korea's nuclear program, according to the scientists of the Federation of America in 2017, North Korea has 10 nuclear warheads. This is nothing compared to the United States, but as far as South Korea is concerned, North Korea has an edge over its neighbor. Because South Korea has no nuclear warhead. Yes, but it has such technology that can make nuclear weapons. But it has not yet started working in this field. But this is just one point where North Korea has an advantage. Apart from this, they have nothing else. North Korea does not sell anything to the world, nor does it have a market-free economy to import or invest from the outside world. This is why today the world is not familiar with anything other than North Korea's military force and nuclear program. On the other hand, South Korea, which was once part of it, is also one of the largest armed forces in the world. In 2018, South Korea's army was made up of 3.7 million soldiers, including nearly 600,000 active forces and 3.1 million reserve personnel. South Korea spends a large part of its budget on defense. In 2019, South Korea's defense budget was 10th in the world. This is about $44 billion US. In addition, South Korea has a lot more freedom than North Korea. People here live like modern societies with free economy and city rights. People here are used to thinking with an open mind due to the open arrival of the internet and foreign ideas. South Korea is not a country of closed minds like North Korea. Here, people have the freedom to live their lives as they wish, travel abroad, and anyone can come to them. South Korea's numerous brands are famous all over the world, including LG. You must have seen LG's TV. In addition, Samsung mobile phones are also a Korean product, which is now well known to every mobile phone user in the world. Friends, you can learn a lot from the past and present of these two countries. Please give us your opinion in the comments. Thank you.